So they ship drugs in the black community. More Rhetoric coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason, and as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. So this is an example of historical crime. Now this ties back to the 1960s, which was a very turbulent decade. I have to say probably the most turbulent decade in the history of America. You know, you had the hippies, the hippie movement, you had the Vietnam War, you had the Civil Rights Movement, the Black Panther Party. It was just, you had the Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam rose to prominence. So that was a very turbulent year in America. Matter of fact, I saw a documentary, and this was a Vietnam documentary. There was one of the soldiers who said that the America that he left was far different than America that he came back home to from Vietnam. And this was also when COINTELPRO was being waged against a lot of this turbulent activity. Now, supposedly the government shipped the drugs into our community to pacify us. Now, do I disagree with that? I won't necessarily disagree with that if they did this or not. That's not the issue, though. The problem with this argument is that it basically assumes, number one, that blacks lack any personal responsibility, and number two, blacks lack any free will whatsoever. Right? The government didn't put a gun to anybody's head forcing them to use drugs. So if somebody sells weed in your community, in your neighborhood, well, I guess you just got to go buy it and smoke it, roll it up and smoke it, right? Because you have no choice. If somebody put some crack in a crack pipe in your mailbox, well, I guess you got to smoke it. No choice. That's nothing you can do. You got to smoke it, right? Somebody break into your house, put some heroin and some syringes on your kitchen table, well, I guess I got to shoot up my arm. There's really nothing I can do about it. I got to shoot it up in my arm, right? If somebody put a gun on your coffee table, well, I guess I got to go rob somebody. I must do it. I'm compelled to do so, right? If they put liquor stores on every corner in the black community, well, I guess I got to drink till my liver's gone. I have no recourse, right? Again, and I've said this before, if somebody put drugs in my mailbox, weed in my mailbox, weed on my kitchen table, heroin, wherever, guess where it's going? In the trash. If I have to call the police, I'll call the police. And if the police surveil me because they think that I'm involved in the drug industry, then by all means, police surveil on so they can find out that I'm not. But I would not be caught up in no illegal activity because that's just not what I do. Now, I don't give a government a free pass for this. If it's true, I'm not giving the government a free pass for what they did. But as I said, it comes down to personal responsibility and accountability, and black people just don't want to assume any. Okay? If you don't have enough common sense to know not to go out and use some drugs, well then you don't need to be a free citizen because you don't deserve responsibility. And rights, with freedom and rights comes responsibility. And if you listen to black people, we don't deserve it. I mean, the words that's coming out of their mouth just confirm more and more that black people should be free because we're not capable of operating on our own sufficiently without destroying everything. Now, Tommy Sotomayor, giving credit to Tommy, he made a great point on this, right? If there was supposedly the government, through COINTELPRO, so quote unquote, was shipping all these guns to the black community, then why weren't we smart enough to use those guns to stop the people from shipping the drugs into the community? But anyway, just more rhetorical nonsense. They ship drugs in our community, but they didn't force us to use them, right? So if you ever hear they ship drugs into the black community, well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. And as always, until next time.